Super News. We are so glad you are here at school with us today. I am Sofía Tavares.
Y yo soy Ruth Ricardes. Estamos tan contentos de que usted esté aquí en la escuela con nosotros hoy.
Super Falcons in Training, please stand. This week's special guest readers are Ms. Delgado's third grade class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Please join us in saying the Victor Fields mission.
Por favor, unarse a nosotros en decir la misión Victor Fields.
The mission of Victor Fields Elementary is to develop caring, lifelong learners who will become productive citizens in a global society through inquiry-based, rigorous instruction.
La misión de la primaria Victor Fields es desarrollar el potencial del estudiante que a través de la vida se hagan ciudadanos productivos en una sociedad global por medio del razonamiento basado en la enseñanza que prevé retos.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence and reflection.
Por favor, permanecer de pie durante un momento de silencio y reflexión.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Gracias. Se pueden sentar.
Now to the school calendar.
Y ahora en el calendario escolar.
1. Action.
Hello, I am Nicholas Wright.
Y yo soy Aniris de los Santos.
We would like to take a few minutes to talk about March of Dimes.
Quisiéramos unos cuantos minutos para hablar sobre nuestra participación en March of Dimes.
The March of Dimes Foundation is a non-profit organization that works to improve the health of mothers and babies.
March of Dimes es una organización sin fines de lucro que trabajan para mejorar la salud de madres y bebés.
You may donate in your class by placing loose change in your box or donating $1 to Miss Benavides and receive a bracelet or sticker.
Usted puede donar en su salón o donar $1 con la señora Benavides para una calcamonía o brazalete.
Staff that donates $20 will receive a pen, a 4-day gene pass, and an excuse to miss a faculty meeting date chosen by Ms. Guetta. After 2 weeks of collecting donations, the top 2 classes for lower grades and higher grades will win a 1-hour Wii pizza party in the gym. Teachers, you will also get that 1 hour free.
Recycle! Reuse, recycle! Reuse, recycle! Reuse, recycle!
Humans create 5 billion tons of garbage every year. Dumping it all into landfills is terrible for our environment. What's a better way to deal with our trash? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. You probably already help by recycling at home and at school. In fact, 70% of our trash can be recycled. But what happens to all those materials that go in the bins after they get picked up?
I'm here at E.J. Harrison & Sons Gold Coast Recycling in Ventura, California. It's at places like these that your recyclables, like glass, plastic, paper, and metal, are sent every day. Let's take a look at the life cycle of your reusable trash. Let her go, Mario!
Tons of garbage each day goes up these conveyor belts where man and machine work together to separate everything into their appropriate categories. First to be separated is cardboard, a material that's easy to reuse again once it's cleaned up. Next comes paper. Newspaper, printer paper, and junk mail, which gets compiled here. Plastics of all kinds get separated for later recycling, and glass is moved in this direction.
This is my favorite part. You know how two magnets that are similarly polarized will push away from each other, right? Well, this machine uses that same principle. Any metal that comes down the line, like an aluminum can, will be literally propelled into its own chute when it passes through the magnets. Watch. Cool, huh? Thousands of pounds of cardboard are now in these cubes, all neatly separated and stacked, and ready for the next step.
Here at the new Indy Paper Mill in Ontario, California, 1,200 tons of used cardboard gets turned into brand new paper. It starts when the bales are dumped into giant pulpers, vats of hot water that mash everything up into a thick stew. It's here that any non-paper is removed, such as wrapping wire and plastics. Filters remove finer pieces of debris, including the printed inks, leaving as the end result pure liquid paper soup. Gigantic pressers then begin the process of squishing together the pulp, which not only starts to form the new sheets, but also squeezes out much of the water, until finally the sheets go through 55 dryers, heated to 280 degrees, and it takes only a few seconds to remove the last remaining bits of moisture from the newly formed paper, which is then rolled into giant spools. Those rolls then get cut into the size of paper New Indy's customers have asked for. The cut rolls are taped and banded closed, stored on top of each other, and the process is finally complete. And what about all that plastic that makes up so much of our waste? Well, most of it is not wasted at all. Companies like Talco Plastics in Long Beach, California, separate the bales of plastic on these conveyor belts. An electric eye looks for the exact kind of plastic being recycled today and blows what it needs up these tubes faster than any human could. Next comes the grinder, which chunks everything into tiny parts. Those fragments still have some paper labels on them, so this louvered machine and its blowers automatically strip it all away, leaving just the plastic that gets washed and rinsed in these vats of hot water. Look at the difference between the clean and dirty plastic. Notice that the plastic is still all the colors of the rainbow? At the next stage, it all gets superheated and melted together. Just like when you mix all your markers or crayon colors, you get gray. The same thing happens here. The now gray plastic gets formed into pellets, which are boxed up and sent on their way to be formed into some newly made plastic object. The whole process took only an hour, but saved so much of our planet's precious resources.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle. It's a process that we are all responsible for. What started out like this has been refashioned into something like this. Brand new, ready to use, and recycle again. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'll see you next time.
That's all the Victorious News for today. Always remember, Super Falcons, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. education is freedom. Fly high and soar proud.
Esas es todas las noticias victoriosas para hoy. Recuerde siempre, superhalcones, eres más valiente de lo que crees, más fuerte de lo que pareces y más inteligente que usted piensa. Educación es libertad, así que volar alto y volar orgulloso.